Welcome to Movie Roundup today. I'm going to explain a science movie fiction called The Darkest Hour. Two young Americans Cum and Jim. They travel to Moscow to patent the web application that they have developed. Landing tell them that all flights are cancelled due to strong thunderstorms approaching. City and young people take a taxi to go to the building where they will present their web application. When they arrive on site, they enter and go to the living room meetings where they meet their Russian partner Skylar. However, they give account that actually Skylar had them scammed and had stolen their application, leaving them both with nothing. Young people get angry and the security take out the building at night. Cum and Jim, they decide to go to the best bar in Moscow to drown your sorrows and talk for a while. Unfortunately, Skylar was there too. Although the two young people ignore him, and short time they manage to see some girls, Americans, by the bar. They approach and introduce themselves, saying that they are also from the US, and the four of them speak a while they drink their drinks. Minutes later, Natalie and her friend Anna, they propose to take out a self and a group, but while preparing for the photo, produces a total blackout and the bar is dark. Everyone leaves the place very confused, and when looking at the sky they manage to see a stranger phenomenon similar to Aurora Borealis. But Natty Yellow look at her phone to see what's going on, but this has stopped working. Seconds later they manage to see several golden spheres falling from the sky, which upon reaching the ground transform into rare anomalies, almost invisible. One of the policemen who were in the zone is slowly approaching the specter and tries to touch it, but at doing so the anomaly disintegrates the subject. In an instant, all the people run away. Another of the policemen shoots him, but the strange specter disintegrates the bullet. Also, thousands of those strange spheres are falling on Moscow, and while flee we can see how the anomaly chases and disintegrates everyone in its path. The group enters the bar again together with the other people, but the rare specter follows him closely. A man assembles a Molotov cocktail with a alcoholic beverage from the bar and pulls the anomaly, leaving it almost motionless, but the specter throws a strong beam of electromagnetic waves, creating a large hole in the wall. Group together with Skylar goes through the hole and find a heavy door, which leads them to the basement, where put in and plan to stay until all has finished. Turns out those weird anomalies are actually aliens who came to exterminate humans and conquer the Earth. Several days pass and the group decides to leave the basement to go to the US Embassy with the hope to help them get back home. Outside, they meet a landscape inhospitable and desolate, almost apocalyptic. Young people walk the empty streets from Moscow in search of someone who I can guide you to the embassy. After a while, they reach the Red Square Inn, where they find a police car. Plus, you could have a map that help him get situated and run with Jim towards the car. They look for him inside, and then they open the trunk, where find the much sought after map and several flares. Seconds later a dog appears along away and starts barking, and while the guys look at it, one of the aliens disintegrate it by full. Youngsters try to hide, but the anomaly manages to see Jim behind out of the car and walks towards them. Approach the presence of the stranger. Electromagnetic spectrum makes the car lights come on and the siren start playing. Cum and Jim hide under the car, managing to hide and wait a while until the anomaly is gone. Then they run to a shopping center where meet up with the group and who comments on what he noticed about the strange aliens. It turns out that these extraterrestrial beings are made up by electromagnetic waves which interfere with devices nearby, electrics managing to ignite the. Then they decide that the best idea is to wait until night to continue the trip, since it would be easier to be able observe them. At nightfall the group plans the route to the embassy, but before leaving they walk the premises in search of clothes that they shelter them. Moments after the torch can see the lights of the street lights lighting up as an anomaly comes closer, so they hide and the spectrum fails to locate them. Natty and they run and regroup with the others, warning them of the spectrum within the building, and the whole group goes out to the street to continue your journey path. The youngsters manage to dodge the anomalies guided by noises and lights that these turn on to year around, and arrive at the embassy by. Unfortunately the place was completely shattered and there was no one left alive. As Skylar enters, he grabs a rifle from the ground and says he will stay down covering while others raise up to the roof looking for a better view, hoping to locate others survivors. When they go up they find a report of the embassy stating that these creatures, invisibles, have attacked all countries alike, and see a cage of Faraday with a radio inside which plays a message in Russian that she does not understand. When approaching the window they hear several shots and see Skylar in the street, so they are going to look for it already. That he is the only one who understands Russian, but unfortunately the creatures disintegrate man before they can help you. Moments later, group manages to see an apartment in a building with lights on, who decide to go for help. Enter they meet a young woman. Big call, to which it points them, although she helps them and guides them to the room. A man opens the door, letting them pass and then explaining that he is an electrician and that the room is built on a cage Faraday that protects all electronic devices inside. After a while, who takes out the radio and asks the Russians who translate the message you say. He is surprised to hear that it is the Russian Navy, which says that a nuclear submarine goes from the river Moscow the next morning. The group still has a few hours to get to the submarine, so the Sir shows them a microwave weapon that he has developed, while the girls go in search of provisions. To the short time an anomaly perceives the young and goes after them. Nat and sees her, and the girls try to run away but get separated by Baika and I'm to you come to the room and enter the door lock, preventing it from being closed by what the spectrum manages to enter the Sir. Grab your microwave gun and shoots at the anomaly, weakening the. Although she manages to recompose herself and disintegrates the subject, the boys flee down the fire escape, but the Spectre manages to kill Anna before can escape below. The young say they find alive and continue fleeing the Spectre through the streets of the city. Soon they run into a group of military and they help them by attacking the anomaly. They shoot him, they throw him flames and shoot him with a rocket launcher, managing to greatly weaken the alien and making him go away. Group goes to the military shelter and there they tell them that there is a submarine nuclear power plant that departs in a few hours. Soldiers decide to accompany them to this place, so they look at the map and decide that the best option is to go on the tracks from the subway. Minutes later they start the trip, and when going down to the subway station they hear a strange noise, so they throw spotlights to detect the possible strategy. The colonel gives the order, keep moving forward, but at that moment the lights turn on and everyone runs to the tracks they move crouching, but they realize that Baika has been left behind by what they see. The boy decides to go help her. He grabs her and pushes her onto the tracks. But one of the waves produced by the alien reaches out to command, creeps into the specter, disintegrating it completely. Jim is shocked, but the group must continue, and together they achieve get out of the subway. Outside they meet by the Moscow River and see a empty boat on the shore. The colonel order everyone to get on the boat, suggesting that the current will take them north where find the submarine. In effect, the flow of water moves the ship to the north, but after a while the ship collides with a structure. Concrete getting stuck in the cover. The group sees the destruction that the aliens are causing in the earth indicates manages to see the submarine. In the distance the young people rejoice, but at that moment they hear a loud noise. And they see a building falling on them. Who jump into the water. Everyone swims to the submarine and they quickly realize that Natty does not. She was there and tells the officer in charge of the submarine that must delay the departure to look for the girl, and in that moment they see a flare, so the group runs to look for her. They move along the old train tracks when listen to one of the aliens approaching from behind the military. They take position and Jim shoots him with the microwave weapon, managing to weaken the spectrum. At that time the others shoot with their firearms. Helpless alien getting kill him. Natty was hiding nearby, so hearing the confrontation decides go out and meet up with his companions. All together return happy to the submarine, but the group of soldiers decide not to upload. The colonel says now they know how kill aliens. For what? They must stay to liberate Moscow. In addition, he asks Jim and his group to teach combat submarine officers, suggesting that the extermination has over and now the war begins. What are these aliens looking for? Earth. Will humans be able to cope with them? Your theories in the comments below. Remember to leave your like, that helps a lot to the channel. Subscribe and activate the notifications to see more videos like. Thank you for watching, and until next time.